Hi everybody, quick reminder, don't forget to check out the on-screen end cards towards the end of the video, as well as the merch shelf and links down in the description below to explore my new Outcast comic book series. And I just have to say that I genuinely appreciate all of the support that's been shown for this new adventure. Now I hope you're having a great day, and let's dive into an additional 25 of Marvel's physically strongest characters. My last video covered 20 of Marvel's strongest. However, it was my intention, and many of you noticed, that I primarily focused on more popularized characters. But following some of you all's suggestions, and looking into this more deeply, I'll now list more beings that include more obscure characters as well. And just like last time, I'll lean away from more ethereal cosmic beings, such as Eternity and Living Tribunal, and focus more on beings that manifest in a purely physical form. Once again, this list is not definitive either. And although I'll generally speaking list them from weakest to strongest again, their ranking can depend on your personal opinion. Especially since, just like last time, all of these beings are well into the class 100 level and above. So with that, I'll get started at number 25, which is Sasquatch. Dr. Walter Lankowski possesses the ability to transform into a massive, superhumanly strong beast resembling the mythical Sasquatch. His power originates from a mystical connection to the great beasts of Canada, giving him strength sufficient to fight beings such as the Hulk on near equal terms, although he lacks the Hulk's limitless potential for growth. At 24, we have Dragon Man, who is a powerful android created by Professor Gregson Gilbert. It possesses immense strength, the ability to fly, and the ability to fire potent thermal blasts from his mouth. Dragon Man has been both a foe and occasional ally to the Fantastic Four, because while he's incredibly strong and durable, his simple, often childlike intelligence can be easily exploited and manipulated. Next up at 23, we have Sunspot, Robert DaCosta. He's a mutant with the power to absorb and channel solar radiation, and this energy grants him incredible physical strength, durability, and the ability to fly and project powerful thermal blasts. His powers are directly tied to his solar reserves, making him a formidable brawler, especially when fully charged. At number 22, we have Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, who often currently goes by Captain Avalon. And he is the chosen champion of the mystical realm of Otherworld. His powers, including vast superhuman strength, flight, and durability, are derived from interdimensional energies focused through his suit. The level of his power is directly tied to his proximity to the United Kingdom and his own level of confidence, with it being shown that he's nearly unstoppable when he's on his home turf. At 21, we have Red Hulk, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who became the Red Hulk through a procedure combining gamma and cosmic radiation. And unlike the Savage Hulk, he doesn't grow stronger with rage, but instead generates intense heat. He possesses vast superhuman strength and strategic intelligence, and his unique ability to absorb energy, including gamma radiation from the Hulk, makes him a dangerous opponent. Now at 20, we have Zoran, aka Sun God, as his people called him. Now he's a native of the new universe, and he was a hugely powerful quote-unquote paranormal with the ability to fly and project incredibly powerful blasts of solar energy, earning him the moniker quote-unquote Sun God. He possessed vast superhuman strength and durability far exceeding all other heroes of his reality, and it's somewhat understood that he was the only survivor of his original universe. He's a major force, and his power, when compared to the top-tier beings of the mainstream Marvel universe, would show that he's solidly within the realm of the top powerhouses of Marvel. For 19, we have Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, who gained her powers after her human DNA was fused with that of the Kree warrior Mar-Vell. She's been shown to be able to absorb, manipulate, and project vast amounts of cosmic energy, which also grants her immense strength, flight, and durability. Also, by entering her binary form, she can tap into the power of a white hole, temporarily increasing her power to a cosmic level. Now at 18, we have Xemnu, the Titan. This is a powerful alien conqueror with a unique combination of immense, vast physical strength and potent hypnotic abilities. Hailing from a race of genetically engineered giants, he can easily match the Hulk in a physical brawl while simultaneously attempting to psionically enslave entire populations. Next up, at 17, we have Curse. Now, the Dark Elf Algrim was empowered by the Beyonder to be far stronger than Thor. Yes, you heard that right. As Curse, his strength was doubled and then quadrupled, making him one of the most physically powerful beings in the entire 9 realms. Being clad in enchanted armor that's virtually indestructible, Curse's singular purpose was to seek vengeance on Thor, whom he consistently overpowered physically. Now, at 16, we have Ant-Man, Connor Sims, who is a brilliant physicist who, along with his friend Adam Brashear, aka Blue Marvel, was transformed by an explosion from an unstable reactor. As Ant-Man, he became a being of pure, unstable antimatter, and he possesses vast, incredible strength, matter manipulation, and the ability to project devastating energy blasts, making him one of Blue Marvel's and other heroes' most dangerous adversaries. At 15, we have Mystic Super Skrull, a decorated Skrull soldier. And this individual stands out as being considered the most powerful of all the Super Skrulls, because he was empowered with the abilities of 4 of Earth's most powerful mystical beings. This grants him a formidable combination of magical prowess, superhuman strength, and reality warping capabilities, making him a threat to even the most powerful magic users and physically strongest beings in the universe. But at 14, we have Mani, the son of Thor and the Enchantress from an alternate future. Mani, Thor's son, inherited his father's immense superhuman strength and more, as well as his mother's magical aptitude. Wielding a restored Mjolnir, he possessed all the powers of the true god of thunder, including control over storms and strength that, as I alluded to earlier, rivaled, if not surpassed, that of his father in his prime. I guess it's fitting that he was known as the Asgardian literal god of strength. At 13, we have a familiar face in Beta Ray Bill, who was a champion of the Corbinite race that proved himself worthy of lifting Mjolnir. In recognition of his nobility and his fierce fighting prowess, Odin bestowed upon him his own enchanted hammer, Stormbreaker, granting him all of the powers of Thor. A fierce and skilled warrior, Bill's strength, speed, and command of cosmic storms are all equal to those of the God of Thunder. Bringing in the Dirty Dozen, at number 12, we have Nova Prime, Richard Rider, who, as Nova Prime, wields the full power of the Nova Force, an incredible energy source controlled by the Xandarian World Mind. This grants him near limitless strength, speed, durability, and the ability to project powerful energy blasts. At his peak, he was powerful enough to contain the energy of a dying star and battle cosmic threats all on his own. But at number 11, we have Hela, the Asgardian goddess of death. If you don't know, Hela is a being of immense mystical power. She rules over the realms of Hell and Niflheim, commanding legions of the dead. It's noted that her strength is far superior to that of a typical Asgardian, and at times even seems to dwarf that of Thor. Not to mention that her quote-unquote hand of glory allows her to kill even gods with a single touch. She's a fundamental force of the universe, making her nearly impossible to defeat permanently. And next up, at number 10, we have Terminus, who is a colossal biomechanical alien scavenger created by a race known as the Terminix. Wielding a massive energy lance, he travels the cosmos consuming the resources of planets, leaving them as barren husks. His immense size, strength, and advanced weaponry make him a planetary-level threat that often requires the combined might of teams like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four to defeat. At number 9, we have Morg, who was a cruel and merciless executioner who became a herald of Galactus. He was granted the power cosmic, which, combined with his natural ruthlessness, made him one of the most powerful and feared heralds of all time. After augmenting his power at the Well of Life, he became strong enough to defeat the Silver Surfer and multiple other heralds at once. Now at number 8, we have Ymir, who's the primordial frost giant from Norse mythology and one of the oldest and most powerful beings of the 9 realms. Composed of actual living ice, he possesses near limitless strength and can regenerate even from a single ice particle. As a being possessed of pure magic and elemental force, he's a realm-level threat capable of ushering in a new ice age on any world. But at number 7, we have Mangog, who is the actual physical manifestation of the hatred of billions of alien races that have been wiped out by Odin. As such, he's a being of pure, inexhaustible rage and strength. He actually feeds on negative emotions and has repeatedly proven strong enough to single-handedly lay waste to Asgard, defeating Thor and the entire Asgardian army with ease. Now at number 6, we have Apex, also known as Otharon, or Other One, who hails from the planet Muscula. And after accidentally consuming the Power Stone, even in his base form, being unangered, he's an incredible physical powerhouse with vast superhuman strength and durability. While wielding this Infinity Stone, his power was amplified to a truly cosmic scale, and his physical power became effectively limitless, allowing him to overwhelm nearly any opponent with infinite brute force. Albeit, he was another one that wasn't that bright. Now at number 5, we have Surtur, the demonic fire giant of Muspelheim. Surtur is a primordial being destined to bring about Ragnarok. And wielding the Twilight Sword, a weapon capable of shattering galaxies, his power is immense. Matter of fact, at his full height and power, he is a universal threat whose strength and mystical flames can challenge even Odin. Now at number 4, we have Ven, Starbrand, who was the prehistoric human who became the host for the Starbrand, a planetary defense mechanism of near infinite power. The Starbrand itself grants its wielder vast, unimaginable strength, durability, and even energy projection. And as the quote-unquote Hulk of the Stone Age Avengers, Ven's powers were so immense that his physical blows could shatter the armor of even Celestials with ease. So you know that these next 3 have to be ridiculously powerful. Because at number 3, we have Uranos, the Undying, who is a nigh omnipotent eternal and happens to be the grand uncle of Thanos, who actually called him his grandfather. Uranos is a master of cosmic energy and matter manipulation, capable of creating nigh impenetrable force fields and unleashing devastating energy blasts. Aside from his ridiculous physical strength, his control over cosmic power is so absolute that he was able to defeat Magneto, Storm, and Legion simultaneously. But moving on to number 2, we have Gorr the God Butcher, who is an alien who, after acquiring the all-black Necrosword, a weapon forged from the first symbiote, embarked on a millennia-long crusade to take out every single so-called god in the universe. The sword granted him vast, immense strength, durability, and the ability to create constructs out of living darkness. Just think about the fact that his power was so great that he was able to defeat and enslave countless gods, including a young Thor, and was only defeated by the combined might of 3 Thors from different time periods. And even this was barely accomplished. Therefore, I guess it's fitting to follow this up with number 1 on this list being Knull, the primordial deity of darkness who existed before the universe itself. Knull is actually the creator of the Clintar symbiotes and the all-black Necrosword. And as a being of the living abyss, he possesses immense power, allowing him to slay Celestials, conquer galaxies, and control all of his symbiote creations across the universe. It goes without saying that he's a fundamental malevolent force almost of nature. And with that, I'll end this additional 25 of Marvel's strongest beings. What do you think of the list? Did I miss anybody? Did I order them properly? Either way, remember to like and subscribe to The New Sage. I'll talk to you next time.